don't need the clapper thing. AOL is telling us the top 10 most expensive retail brands and 29 items the average person should buy there. Now, here's the thing. A couple of years ago, I want to say a couple of months ago, but it was actually a couple of years ago, I have made a list of the best items from every luxury brand that I love that I would recommend getting. Not necessarily if you're on a budget, but definitely like if you were to limit yourself to just like one piece from every brand, like what would it be? Like, for example, I said if you're going to go to Chanel, you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars or euro on getting a timeless classic Chanel double flap bag or $2,000 worth of shoes. I told you, like, if you want really to have that Chanel mood, you get a camellia, and they vary. Yeah, I mean, Chanel is now also super expensive. They keep going up in price, but like you can have a camellia for like $600-800. It's a lot, but for Chanel standards, Chanel can also sell you a ring for $100,000. So what I want to say is, I made my own list, but if you put that camellia on, it elevates the dress immediately. So I made my list of items from every brand that I would recommend. Now, AOL is coming with their list of saying, like, look, these are the top 10 brands. And then per brand, we have the articles. 29 items that an average person, they say, should buy there. They're not taking in consideration how iconic these pieces are. I think they're taking in consideration just the fact that it's entry-level price category. So bear that in mind. Now, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. So among these 10 brands, let's begin with Louis Vuitton. The first item from Louis Vuitton is, we're going to blend it in. All of the pictures are credit to the brands that we are showcasing. So this is the historic mini monogram bracelet. And they put this on this list because it is considered for Louis Vuitton standards like an entry-level price tag category. They call it the historic mini monogram bracelet for $285 US. I personally think this is a huge waste of money. I would never personally recommend you to buy this. A $285, no. I'm sorry, just no. I mean, I'd rather than invest the $285 or the $300 to get a Louis Vuitton key pouch, the clay key pouch, the monogram key pouch. At least you're going to use it your whole life. This thing is, it's just, I don't even think this would hold up well with time. Then you get wet, it gets dirty, and it's going to crack. To me, no. I would not get this. Personally, you do you, but I would never get this at Louis. The next one that they list is a credit card holder for $280. Now, these little credit card holders or card holders are available in a plethora of patterns like canvas, so you can have the damier ebene, damier azur, you can have the monogram canvas. And I think they also make the versions in epi leather that cost a little bit more because the canvas is not leather. The interior here is leather, but the exterior is not. So these cost a little bit less than if the entire card holder were made in leather. But the canvas version here, they're charging as of 2025, $280. Definitely, I would say yes to this before I would say yes to the bracelet, for sure. But still, eh, I would not. I would not buy it for myself. But they, Point three, the third example from Louis Vuitton, they have for $345 a Trappe Rêve fragrance. And they do have two different sizes. I think they do have 100 and a 200 ml bottle, or 50 ml and a 100 ml bottle. So I think this is the smaller of the two sizes for $345. Even though you do not see that little tube in there, this is a spray bottle. It's not a splash bottle. Quite expensive, but then again, all of these, luxury perfume houses, they have their exclusive perfume ranges. They are in that price category between $350 and $500-600 a bottle, unless you don't get some special crystal bottles like Chanel sells them for $20,000 even. But there you have it. That's what AOL is giving us for Louis Vuitton. Now, AOL is placing Louis Vuitton first on this list because they say that they are trending, and AOL says Louis Vuitton is on top because it estimates it at $129.9 billion of earnings in a year. Louis Vuitton, the most expensive luxury brand in the world, with a brand value of $129 billion, almost 130. The average person might not be able to afford thousands of dollars for their iconic monogram handbags, but can own a Louis Vuitton original for much less. Second on this list is Hermes. Hermes is known for its iconic Birkin bags and signature silk scarves, renowned for the hallmark of high fashion luxury and attention to detail. It is one of the world's most prestigious luxury brands, and AOL lists it second because the brand value is $93.7 billion, according to AOL. Of course, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Subscribe. Let's get to 100K subbies and thumb up the video. Let's see the picture already. Okay, now we got Le Rodeo de Cha. Anyway, it's a bandana. The rodeo bandana, probably silk, size 55. The 55 means 55 centimeters, not inches. And the price tag is $300 US. I kind of agree, not necessarily with this pattern necessarily, but like if you're going to go for Hermes, yeah, you get yourself a scarf or a twilly. Maybe get something that also has some orange colors on the print pattern just to give it that signature DNA look. You know, this is not necessarily the best example of an Hermes print, in my opinion, you know, but definitely I would agree Hermes silk carré or scarf are good. This particular one in a size 55 is $300. The second one they are offering is Regat scarf, 90 ring. So you might think this is a ring for the finger, but this is an actual scarf ring. So you're supposed to put the scarf through it and kind of you pull it up and then it keeps the scarf in place. These things are really, really nice. Hermes has a lot of different ones. They also have a lot of experimental ones, not just a champ d'encre, but they also have many different cubistic, abstract, geometric ones as well. They're really lovely. This one costs $250. There are more affordable ones. There are also more expensive ones. In Europe, they will cost less than in America. There's that to say as well. The third example they make is Barenia perfume, one of the latest released by the house. This is an eau de parfum, $182 for the bottle. This is not a boutique exclusive. This is their regular, newly released fragrance from about a year and a half ago or two. So for the bottle, $182. Now, the next brand is Chanel, only third position with $60.2 billion brand value. Here we go. Of course, AOL, and I would place it as well at the top of the list. Chanel No. 5's Eau de Parfum fragrance. Now you can get it also as an extrait, as an eau de toilette, as eau de toilette l'eau, as eau première. This particular one for 50 ml, I believe, or is it 35 ml, $110. The eau de parfum goes all the way up to 200 ml for $260, more or less. So yeah, Chanel No. 5, timeless classic, love it to bits. Second example, very interesting. They chose the cheapest glasses they could find from Chanel currently in 2025, and they chose the Pantos eyewear, the ophthalmic glasses. So this is the cheapest frame Chanel has to, by cheap I don't mean cheap, I mean within the Chanel price category, this is the entry-level price tag for Chanel standards, and you will get these for $380. which is insanity considering that Luxottica makes them. Luxottica also makes Vogue eyewear, which is owned by Luxottica, and then this same amount of acetate would cost you $50. But it's Chanel. It has the little teeny tiny logo on the side, so they're charging you for this basic model $380. And the third example is my favorite of this bunch because I own it. It's the mascara. This is the exact mascara that I own. This is Le Volume de Chanel. I have the regular Le Volume de Chanel. There's also a waterproof version. The one I use is not waterproof. I have it on right now. Love this to bits. This one is $40 currently. But you know how Chanel prices keep going up, so this is a great mascara. Love it to bits. The next brand, I think is the fourth brand, is Gucci with brand value $23.8 billion. Gucci accent plate, set of two, $270. We just see one, but it's a set of two, so you get two of the same. I really don't like this print. I like the design, but I don't like that the print is imperfect here. You know what I mean? I don't like the quality of the print. I do like the plant design of this. I just don't like the print. So anyway, $270 for two plates. No, I'd rather go to Home Goods and get my cute Halloween mugs for $6 personally, but to each their own. Second on the list is Children's Ace sneaker. So don't forget, they chose this for children because they're much cheaper than for grown-ups. So the price I'm going to share with you is for the children size sneaker, $440. Now, if this were a grown-up sneaker, I guess they would charge at least double, if not almost triple. So this is the child sneaker, the Children's Ace sneaker, $440. And on third place is the large Gucci notebook with double G. This is kind of cute though. This is giving me a vibe, you know, because this is something, yeah, you can take it out with you, take it out of your bag and show it off, but I'm not about that shit. But this is great for at home, you know, just for yourself, a little luxury from you to you. The price, $270 for this one. Large GG notebook with double G. It's kind of cute. However, be careful, you know, people who don't do anything with pork. Gucci has a tendency of using a lot of pork leather, swine. So this you can also see, this looks like the grain of pig skin. That's just something, be very careful, you know, when you're buying Gucci, to always check which leather they're using, just in case you have some restrictions in your culture, you know. And next is Dior. Dior with, according to AOL, brand value of $12 billion. And for Dior, we have two items they list. One is a Rouge Dior hydrating and long-lasting lipstick for $49. A lippy. Yeah, I mean, if you like the aesthetic. I don't like Dior's packaging. I loved it in the 80s, but this new stuff, I don't like the aesthetic. Yeah. There's too much ornament, you know? Like this thing is like curved. Doesn't go straight down. And then this is curved. And then there's that little silver thing that's protruding just a little bit. And then this is off. Way too much, you know? It's too busy. Too busy. Anyway, so this one is $49. And then the next thing is a perfume bottle, Miss Dior Eau de Parfum spray for $108. I think it's the 30 milliliter. I think it's 30 milliliter for $108. Miss Dior, classic. You know, it's a rose-based fragrance. Anyway, so for Dior, they're giving us literally just makeup and beauty. Like Dior doesn't give us even access to anything fashion related, right? At least with Chanel, they showed us sunglasses, you know what I mean? But Dior is like, no, You can't afford anything except a perfume and a lippy. Next on the list is Cartier, worth brand value according to AOL $10.5 billion. With Cartier, we are also given, Cartier is famous for their jewelry. So you might think, what's an entry level price tag for jewelry? They don't have it. In fact, on their list, the first one is the men's perfume gift set for $49. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're giving me 5 samples for $49? No, we have a problem. This is absolutely not happening. Now, if they offer you a voucher, like you pay $49 for these 5, and then if you end up buying a full bottle, they deduct the $49 from the full bottle, then maybe we can talk. Because some brands do that, you guys. I'm not inventing this. Some brands actually have the policy. You pay for a set and then a set of samples, and then that money, if you end up purchasing a full bottle, they deduct that money from the price of the full bottle. But still, I'm like, Cartier, don't be so stingy. Like 5 samples for $50? No, no, thank you. And the second on their list is the women's perfume gift set, which is basically the same. Price is also set of $5, $49. And then third position, you can purchase a Santos de Cartier ballpoint pen for $485. Give or take a nickel. So $500 for a pen. I mean, if you're into that, I get it. Some people love to have a good pen and you think you're going to have it your whole life and it's refillable. Sure. Look, yeah, I can see that as your symbol. Like you have your pen, that's your symbolic pen you carry around everywhere you go. It's a special thing. It's the only pen you got. But chances are you're gonna lose it, and then what? Gustavo Fernandez is like, no. Shaban is like, wow. Deity Delgado says hard no. Gloria says, for that amount of money, I would get a pen from a pen company. But Cartier's also famous for their pens in a way. But anyway, next on the list is Rolex, brand value brand value $9.1 billion according to AOL. First on their list. Now, interesting how when they talk about Rolex, there's no more $50, between $40 and $500 or $600 price tag. No, 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 no. We are now in the thousands. So they're, I guess, entry level at Rolex. Let's see. Oyster Perpetual 31. I couldn't give two shits about watches and clocks, so I don't even know if this is the correct watch. But anyway, for who loves it, hey, more power to ya. Oyster Perpetual 31, $5,950. Then they have the Lady Date Just for $8,600. And then we got the Date Just 36 for $9,550. Then we move to Yves Saint Laurent, brand value according to AOL $6.5 billion. They have the Tiny Cassandra key ring in shiny leather for $330. Oh, no, no way. I'm sorry. What the hell are we doing here? Like, this is the end of luxury. People are going through hardships and they want $330 for this little shtick. $330. Girl. Key ring in shiny leather. Okay. And then next is SLM 152 women's sunglasses for $550. Way too expensive. This shouldn't cost more than $230. But anyway, and then $550 allegedly. And then third is Cassandra Matelassé small envelope wallet in lambskin for $600. I remember a time when these used to cost $150. I'm kind of shocked. Yeah, they used to be like $100, $150. Now it's $600 for a tiny wallet? Oh well. Next on the list is Tiffany Co. Brand value $6.2 billion. According to AOL, Tiffany facets about love candle. Now, this one is really beautiful, actually. The container. After the wax is gone, this can look really nice. I love this degradé. The degradé, this little sfumato, that kind of crystal quartz looking pink that fades into just regular glass with the candle inside with a glass lid. It's a nice container. But anyway, the Tiffany Facets About Love candle is $150. Um, yeah. I guess because you get to keep the glass container once the wax is gone. But still, $150, it's a bit much. Next on their list is Tiffany Toile Multicolored Bone China set of 4. So you get all 4 of these, and they basically portray different cities. Well, the set of bone china, set of 4, $475. I think they're tiny, like to keep trinkets on them. But you get 4 of them for $475. So it's like $120 each. Meh. And then third is padded bag charm on Tiffany blue leather. $300. That's a lot. If this were sterling silver, I would say still a lot, but okay, but I don't even think this is sterling. I don't think this is 925 silver. So this is also on the list. The padded bag charm on Tiffany blue leather for $300. That is, it should be a freebie, right, Beulah? Yeah. Next one is Prada, brand value $5.1 billion, according to AOL, and they're putting on the list the Saffiano leather cases for iPhones. I don't like this, you guys. Starting at $395? I mean, and then you change your phone and then you can't use this anymore? Like, these are the worst things to buy. I would never recommend buying any luxury phone case. You change your phone and then what are you going to do with this thing? If $395. Next on the list is the Prada Symbol sunglasses for $520. Now, these have been trending lately this past year. Still don't like them. $520, way too overpriced. Also Luxottica, just like Chanel. Next is the small Saffiano leather wallet. $750. Even more expensive than YSL. We're edging onto $1,000. Before you know it, this little gadget is gonna cost you $1,000 before. No, absolutely not. What the hell are they thinking? What the hell are they thinking? I have no words. What do you guys think about these lists? So take it away, Bubbles. This is like AOL lists 10 brands with 28 or 29 products. Do we agree with any of this? Because don't forget, AOL in their article is telling us these are the top 10 brands that earn the most, that are worth the most in the luxury sphere. And these are the items that they suggested are like, these are the ones you should buy, like entry level. Do we agree with any of them or with none of them at all? Let me know down below what your thoughts are. Subscribe. Let's get to 100K. Thumb up the video. Love you loads. Bye.